So thank you very much for joining us today. Another amazing day to connect, to network, and meet other tech founders. What a place to be. I'm always excited, and today I think we've got a lot of new faces. And, if you are not a tech founder, maybe you're early stage at concept level, don't worry about it. We're here for you. So it's not just about, oh, well, I'm not a founder yet. Yeah, because you're aspiring to be one, and we have the space to actually mentor and coach people into that space. We've got experienced specialists, I would say, that can support you through your journey. So keep your eyes open during networking session, take notes, connect with people, share where you are in your business or your journey, and you never can tell who can help you. So Female Techprneur, I'm Buki, for some people just joining, and I don't know me, I'm the founder of Female Tech. What else? I'm an IT consultant. I'm not a geek, actually, contrary to what a lot of people are, but I love technology, I love innovation, I love female founders, and my mission in life is to help more women. Back in the days, women don't work together. We're very competitive in nature, but now we're changing the game, and that is changing across all spectrum. As much as I can see myself, that we're all working together, and there's power in numbers. The more of us that can club together and do things, the more results we get. I saw a post on LinkedIn by a gentleman called David McQueen, and he was talking about, I think, women health app that could literally target Black people and fix the problems that we as underrepresented community or Black people of color experience by genes. There's some certain things that happen to us, like sickle cell anemia and so on and so forth, that other races may not necessarily have that kind of disease. So it's like amazing. And people are like, oh, I have the one that manages menopause. I have the one that do maybe mental health. Is like an holistic app. So what else can we actually think about within this community that is a female general issue that we can, as a community, come together and build? We can form a club and do that. So there is no limit as to what we can achieve if we want to. So I'll just leave that there with us today. Have a think about it. And if you've got an idea and you're thinking, I can't handle it by myself, this is big, pair up with people, look for co-founders, look for investors, look for people that can support you. And if you look around in this room, you've got that person in here, one way or another. Okay, so back to the agenda of what we're doing. I'll quickly just do an intro to Female Tech. I won't take too much of your time. And then we're doing Founder Spotlight. We've got Nargis Jafarali, sorry if I mispronounced your name. She is a co-founder of Blazon. She will be sharing about personal branding with us. I've got my pen and paper down. It's one of those things that a lot of founders think, oh, it's about my business. I used to be like that. I never want to be, it's not about me. It's about female tech community. And I kind of distance myself from the business. It shouldn't be like that. You are the face of your business, and people need to connect with you and see why you're doing what you're doing. So we're going to do a 1-minute intro. And what's your goal for the month? I think for May. And then we're going to breakout rooms. We do Q&A by 1 p.m. on the dot. We'll close the meeting. So does anyone have any question at this point in time? Is there anything else you want to know? I think they record. Yeah, Rebecca, yes, you called it. So feel free to chat in the chat box. Housekeeping, put your camera on. Thank you. I didn't have to ask for that today. I think everyone on this call is really clued up. They are my kind of people, to be fair. Use the chat box and don't forget to post about today. That's my only ask. Hashtag Female Tech. Tell them where you've been and how great it was. And I'm sure it's going to be anyway. And also, I welcome your feedback. I would like to know what we can do to make this better, bigger, involve so many other people. So feel free to reach out to me or my team I hope I'm not covering the email actually. It's hello@femaltechpreneur.com. You can always reach out to me in that mailbox, or my team, they will pick it up. So a bit about us. March 5th, 2020 was when we launched this. And Rebecca, I can actually see you here. Thanks for coming today. You were part of the story, and so many other people. I think Laura was going to join us. Maybe she will still do. She's here. She was the head of curriculum at Millicent Keynes College at the time. This lady here flew in from the United States. So it was really, really good. And then COVID started and distracted all of us, changed a lot of people's lives, how we do things, how we look at things. Thank God we came out on the other side stronger and better. So part of what we do, we offer a wraparound support for females. And we also do accelerator programs. We do boot camps. The accelerator will be starting later on this year, our very first cohort. Please look out for that. And we normally do boot camps for people that want to get into the career, because oftentimes one of the challenges founders have is, I want to build this product, I've outsourced it, I'm struggling with the development, etc. So we're trying to mitigate that issue. We have a tech builder, and we have an ecosystem of developers, software development company that can help you. Some based in the UK. In fact, they're all based in the UK. Their team in dispersed location. You don't have to worry, you're in safe hands. They've been vetted and they can help you deliver that solution. So if you have any, like tech building is product development is my challenge, then feel free to, again, reach out. We can point you in the right direction. We also help them to get access to funding. So we've done pitch event before, we've presented founders to investors. At the moment, we're now, those guys were external to us. Now we're trying to bake that in. We've partnered with 1 or 2 companies that can fund founders for us as part of this community. So if you have any need to raise, or you want to check your deck for investment readiness, or any fundraising challenge, please reach out. Again, we're here to support you. Most importantly is our membership, like this is what we're doing now, connecting with fellow founders. So don't forget to spread the word. I think the bigger, the better for us, the more people we can connect with and do business with. I'm always a business person. I've got that entrepreneurship hat. So I think I've spoken too long now. I've babbled on about what Female Tech are. If you're not following us on any of this platform, we're everywhere. Make sure you hook up with us on whichever one works best for you, because most of our information are always pasted out there. So how can you work with us? You can join our ecosystem. You can become a member. If you're not, we're going to drop a link today, so you can sign up completely free. You can submit your tech project for a review and get a feedback, and you can fund a founder. If you've got a big, massive wallet and you're looking to invest, then you're at the right place. Greenfield opportunities. So now I'm going to hand you over to Nargis. She's going to be telling us about her business and also sharing about personal branding, how that makes a difference in what you are doing. So stay tuned. If you have any questions, paste them in the chat box and she will take them as she goes along. I looked for a better picture of you, Nargis, but I don't think you're really out there. I should have asked you.
I need to work on my own personal branding. Okay, note to self. Lovely, thank you so much, Buki. So for those of you that I can see familiar faces on the screen, which is really lovely, and a great turnout. But for those of you that don't know me, I'm Nargis. I'm the co-founder of Blazon. I've had the honor of knowing Buki for probably 2 years, I think. Our team manage Female Tech's marketing and growth strategy, and yeah, I'm very privileged to have been asked to speak today. So thank you very much, Buki. So to keep it short, because Buki's very good at timekeeping, and I'm going to honour that. What is Blazon? What do I do? We actually help startups grow and achieve more sales. So my co-founder and myself, we've worked in several startup ventures together and separately. Some have failed, some have succeeded, but it's given us personal insights into how to grow your new business and what support that you need to basically reach your goals. So Our company helps with all aspects of growth support. So from marketing to app development, website design, legal support, investor contacts, you name it. We basically use our expertise, our in-house team, and our growing trusted global network of partners as well to execute those plans. So that's Blazon. I'm not here to talk about Blazon. I'm here to talk about personal branding. I'm going to cover what is personal branding. What does that term even mean? Then I'm going to talk about why should founders even bother? It's a question that I'm asked commonly all the time. I'm going to talk about some of the pain points that I hear all of the time and I myself go through. And then notebooks at the ready. I'm going to hopefully share a couple of my own tips that you hopefully will find useful, things that work for me, things that work for our clients, and hopefully open the floor to some questions as well at the end. Feel free to reach out to me separately as well if I don't cover everything. So what is personal branding? Personal branding is basically using all of the marketing channels that you have available to you and shifting the focus onto yourself and your team. So we spend each and every day promoting our business, our company, our product, our service. Personal branding is shifting that focus onto the individual. It's giving them a bit more of a personal angle. It's telling the world about you, your team as people, humanizing things, giving them a deeper insight into you as a person, bringing the audience in far deeper and making them a very close part of your journey. Sounds great, but why should founders even bother? We don't have a lot of time, so why should we even bother focusing that spotlight onto ourselves? And like I said, it is one of the most common questions. So in my opinion, marketing has changed massively. You know, there is a lot more noise, we can all agree. And it is, in my opinion, a bit of a double-edged sword. So we live in a world where at the moment, there's a wealth of opportunity, right? So it's never been easier to get your content published and have it go live to the world in a matter of milliseconds. You know, you can be posting a short video of you dancing in your kitchen. It's going to cross the globe in milliseconds and the world gets to see that content, which is fantastic. It makes the world a smaller place. We all have lots more opportunity because of it, but there's a lot more noise. There are more platforms than ever. There's a hell of a lot more competition as well. And marketing now has become less of a race to get out there because it's so easy. And it's far more of a race to actually do something different. And in my opinion, I think that's the contradiction. There's so much noise. It's imperative now more than ever to actually do something different. And I think customers, audience, you know, society are hungry for something that is a little bit different. Let's be honest, people are fickle. They need variety. They need to see different aspects, different sides of you. Customers require up to 7 touch points before they even make a decision about whether to buy from you. So imagine that if you're just focused on one particular channel that's just talking about your product or service, you're not even touching on the other opportunities that are available to you and you're missing out. So personal branding is giving you that different angle. It's giving you a chance to show a different side that people ordinarily wouldn't see. So this is all about humanizing your content. It's about providing your audience with far more than a sell my wares type of angle. This is talking about something different. And as we mentioned, that's what they're hungry for. They need to see that. So personal branding can also position you as a thought leader. And what do we mean by thought leader? We mean telling people, as Buki mentioned before, showing them the face of the business. Who is the person that's leading that company? What do they know? What do they stand for? What's their opinion? What do they know about their sector? Personal branding is giving people an opportunity to see that knowledge, to be able to share that knowledge in a way that they wouldn't maybe get from your website, or they wouldn't maybe get from you know, your company brochure. This is a different side of your business, and it's a taster of your knowledge, your experience, your insights, your expertise, the things that you know, which is why you're founders amongst us. And in doing that, that's building trust, a massive amount of trust, credibility, increasing your brand reputation. Audiences, customers, they're far more inclined to respond to or buy from you from a brand that they know more about. That's a fact. They just need to know it. It's not enough to have a lovely website. It's not enough, perhaps, to have a great product or service. They expect and they will respond more positively if there's another layer to what you're offering and they get a little bit of an insight, a little peek behind the curtain. And as I said, in terms of credibility, it's just adding those extra layers that I think society is hungry for. So common pain points. And again, I'm launching a startup myself, so I know I have the same things that I go through myself. Time. I don't have any time, and I'm sure nodding heads amongst you, we all suffer from time. So it sounds great, but you're trying to grow your business. I don't have time to work on personal branding. The angle. I get asked this a lot. What does personal branding mean in terms of the angle? Is this posting pictures of my lunch? Is this where do I start? I know about selling my product or service, but how do I work on a personal angle? And the big thing that I get asked a lot is privacy. When we talk about personal branding, I think the first thing, the fear that comes across is, well, does that mean pictures of my kids? Does that mean my private life? There's a lot of women on the screen, apologies, Farouk, but we worry about, is my hair right? Does that mean makeup free? Oh my God, I can't be on LinkedIn without makeup. Things like that. Privacy is a big one. And I think personal branding is a lot of fear that comes out as professionals, as women, as as founders. So tips. There's probably a lot more that I could cover. I'm bound by time, so I'm going to give you the ones just off the top of my head. So the angle, and that's the big one. What do you talk about? My advice is always keep it simple, but in this regard, go with your startup. We're all here. Maybe some of us have hobbies. Maybe some of us don't. Maybe some of us are just focused on our startup and workaholics. Go back to your startup. If you're stuck for what to write about, that's what you know best. All of us here are trying to change the world, be disruptive. We've picked niche sectors that we know about, we're passionate about, we want to grow a business in that sector. So if you're stuck of what to write about, that's what you know best. So share your insights about that sector, about the trends that are going on in your space, your industry. Give your opinion on current affairs. By people seeing what you have to say about those trends, you're already flying with personal branding. So if you're stuck for what to write, go back to your startup and give them another layer that, again, they wouldn't ordinarily be able to get on the other channels that you're focused on. Second tip, collaborations. We're all here because we see the power of networking. We see the value that can have to us as people, as business professionals. Collaborate and talk with other people. Again, if you're stuck for what type of personal content do I put out, buddy up with others, be involved in networking spaces. It just opens up a bit more of a wide angle, the better personal branding, and just more things to talk about. Yes, there may be sales opportunities, but we're looking at things from a sort of a bit more of an indirect perspective, just talking to people. Who knows where that conversation could lead? And that just opens up another layer. We're here, we're going to have a chance to sort of get into breakout rooms, have those conversations. That's people finding out another side of you. I'm not just blazon, I'm Nergis. What do I sound like? What am I like as a person? That's adding another layer, right? Fear, big one. The comfort zone. If you've never done anything personal, some of us run businesses that are all about ourselves as people. I can recognize some faces on the screen, but if it's not, and if you are just, a product or a service-based company, step out of that comfort zone, give it a try, don't be scared. Again, it's something that sort of, there is a bit of a push to do a little bit more in terms of successful marketing. Step outside the comfort zone. What's the worst that can happen, right? And try and overcome that fear if it's possible. Engagement. Again, this is sort of my top tip of where to start. What do I write about? How do I show people what I'm about? I'm not really sure how to put a post together. Get involved in discussions. LinkedIn is a fantastic place for this, but obviously other platforms work equally well. See what conversations are going on in your sector, in your industry. Just get involved. We're just talking about putting a comment or two on a discussion. Start to get your name out so people sort of, oh, okay, well, oh, that's what Nergis has to say. Oh, yeah, I remember her posting something else, piecing everything together. Just, be seen in more places. It's good exposure for your brand, certainly, but also you yourself as a personal brand. My last tip, again, there may be others. I'm a Virgo. I love a list. So for me, it's all about a plan. Again, we all are craving more time. So for me, that's something that works. I have a plan that I have of all the different things I want to touch on my own social platforms, preparing posts in advance, being a little bit more organized, doing research, spending a little bit of time to see what things are out there, what kind of conversations can I enter, things to do with networking. If you have a well laid out plan, you can just execute things a bit easier. Life just becomes simpler. And then you've made that touch point with your own personal brand and given it the time and attention it needs, but you still have time to focus on growing your business. Again, there may be wealth of other things I can talk about, but I know we're short of time. So if there are any questions, please ask away. I'll put my social handles as well, so get in touch with me. So if there's anything that anyone has a specific question about, or something that they're struggling with, something that they disagree as well, because I may not know it all. I can only speak from my own experience and how we help our clients as well. But if there's anything that anyone has a question about, then I'd be happy to answer.
Super. Thank you so much, Nargis. I think we have a question. Rebecca said, how important is it to follow social media trends and the algorithm that require you to produce 7 minutes reel of you dancing? 7 seconds of you dancing.
Great question. I mean, I don't post pictures of me dancing in the kitchen because that's private. So there's only so much I'm going to share with my social audience. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely something to be said about posting regularly. I think it's finding a happy medium that works best for you. Everything we do is very bespoke to what is comfortable for you. So there's comfort zone in there, there's your own time. There's also, you know, how much relevance as well there is to your audience. So yes, there is definitely the data, the statistics to say posting regularly really does work. We've seen it work. So just exposure and that consistency, it's just going to really help both the business brand and your own personal brands. In terms of that as a trend, I would say it is unfortunately a big thumbs up to sort of keep up the momentum. Do you need to post every single day? Do you need to bombard people? I don't think so. I think if you can find a happy medium that works, and perhaps the plan might kind of help you and your team as well. But I think just sort of, you know, just opening yourself up, just even if it's attending a networking session like today, if it's just entering the odd conversation and then building it up and seeing how it fits into your work plans, your lifestyle, you yourself as a person. Yeah, and finding something that fits for you.
Okay, so great question, great response. Thank you very much. Is there any other one before we go on? I just want to go through the room very quickly. Can you see my screen? So we're gonna do the introduction. I think this is why you're here. You've got that 1 minute to kind of share what you do. So I've spoken, Nargis has spoken. We're gonna go to the next person I can see on the screen is Farouk. So do you want to introduce yourself, where you're joining us from, and what you expect from this event in your goal for May?
Great. Thank you, Bucky. Thank you for this organizing this event, firstly. My name's Farouk Jamal. I'm an angel investor. I'm London-based, but was in Hong Kong until about 1.5 years ago. I used to do angel investing up in Asia, in Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia. And I wanted to continue this activity here. But having been in the UK for the last 2 years almost, I've come to the conclusion that I think the best way forward here to help women founders and minority founders is to actually raise a fund myself. My goal for today is to meet with and network with the people that are attending today and learn about some of the problem pain points that you're experiencing, especially in the fundraising area. This is where a lot of founders who I've met have got great concepts, but they're having difficulty in getting in front of investors. And I want to know exactly where these problems lie and what I can do to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Farouk. That's brilliant. I think I need to talk to you myself. So there you go. So the next person I can see is Vicky.
Good morning. Sorry, I need to look. Is it morning or afternoon? The day has been long already. I'm Vicky from Ethics. I come to you from near Milton Keynes in Buckinghamshire. We are a legal consultancy in specializing in technology. The takeaway today for me is to meet people in the industry, in the tech industry. I've had an association with Bookie for some time and love helping her clients and my fellow female-preneurs, just like myself, because I know it's tough out there when you start, to understand what they need from a legal perspective for their business. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Vicky.
Oh, sorry. My goal for May is to finalize the revamp of my website, which has been some time coming.
Okay, is that
Thank
outsourced, Vicky?
I'm sorry?
Is your website outsourced at all?
Actually, no, we're doing it in-house at the moment. So we'll see how it comes out, and maybe we need some help with that if it doesn't look like we hope it will.
Okay, you know where to come, right?
For sure.
Right, thanks so much. Emma?
Just check there's no other Emmas in the room. I'm Emma. I'm the founder of a project called Cassette Monkeys. This is based around a musical documentary film about overcoming adversity. So we're a Web3 project, and our aim is to unify the worlds of creativity with mental health and help people overcome trauma and things like that. My aim for May is to develop our prototype.
Okay, nice to meet you, Emma. When you
Likewise.
say prototype, is that underway at the moment, or?
Yeah, we're developing a metaverse-based prototype, which we're working on, that we hope to share with the community and partners in the next couple of months.
Okay, brilliant. Do let us know if you need any help, anything whatsoever.
Thank you.
For that. And we'd like to see that when it comes live. So please, we'll give you a slot to come and show us what it looks like.
Will do, absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks. Andrea.
Hello. I'm actually not being rude. I am multitasking today while I'm working in the mountains in Romania while I'm visiting family. I've taken the laptop, but I'm actually shelling nuts. I don't know if everyone can see that. I'm not trying to be rude, but this is my kind of half time out away from the office while I'm still kind of working and also helping out here. I'm Andrea. I have been working with Bookie for probably over a year now, I think. So I come along to these things to meet new people, show my face, and also show support wherever I can. I wear two hats at the moment. I'm working on two different things. One of them is a company where we build software. The other one, I work in delivery, so project and product management, all in software. And I'll come back to you on goals because everything's been changing a little bit in the last few weeks. So I'm still playing catch up. So I'll come back to you on that.
Oh my God, Andrea, you're speaking my language right now. The goalposts keep moving, and it's like, I can't even keep up, but you know what?
And it's okay. Yeah, you know, I'm okay with it, but that's partly why I'm here as well, taking a little bit of a kind of half a break from the screen and still keeping an eye on emails and stuff like that, but also shelling nuts in the sunshine. So
super. Thanks, Andrea. And you know, it's okay. It's absolutely okay. No judgment whatsoever. We do what we can, you know. So, Aka, over to you.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you all. I'm Arka. I am the founder of Float, which is a digital mental health solution that aims to help people heal from trauma, personalized and on demand essentially. Still very early stage. In terms of, trying to remember what was on the slide now. I think it's my goal for May.
Yeah.
Is to, well, why I'm here actually, meet of course more like like-minded people, and why, yeah, my goal for May is to I'd say continue getting traction, to start a pilot for my business startup. Oh, and where I'm joining from, London, UK, just outside.
Brilliant. So you're about to start the pilot, you said?
So just before I start the pilot, doing essentially co-creation sessions that will inform the pilot.
So is the application, the app, is it built right now?
No, so still early stage. So I'm trying to get enough essentially sign-ups for the wait list.
Right. So you've got a page ready for people to sign up.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You can share that with us, and we
Yeah,
can
great.
share it. Yeah. Feel free to, if you've got any offer or anything you're doing and you need to shout it out, let us know. We'll circulate it, because that's what we're here for, isn't it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Super. Thank you so much. I've got Victoria.
That's me, or there's another Victoria?
Go for it.
Okay, well, I'm Victoria. I'm founder of Clear Finance. Clear Finance is a financial planning tool for pre-revenue startups. And I'm here to to meet other female founders and, kind of learn from each other's experiences. And I will say that my goal for May is to close one of the partnerships we are negotiating. So that will be really good to have at the end of May.
Okay, what sort of partnership are you looking for, Victoria?
Right now, the partnerships we are negotiating with are small incubators and accelerator programs for really early stage startups.
Okay. Let's have a chat after, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I'll be happy to. Thank you.
Super. Thank you. I've got Priscilla next. You're on mute, Priscilla.
Okay, now, hi, I'm Priscilla. So my startup is called Networks. I'm sitting in Frankfurt, but I'm Swiss. And basically what my startup does is we bring great people into the best clubs of the world, something like Rotary clubs, polo clubs, yacht clubs, private member clubs, and so on. And we do it AI based. So it's a tech startup. And what I expect is I love people. That's why my startup is a networking startup in the wider sense. My goal is to finish to hand in my doctorate this month, so I have more time for my startup. Yeah.
Well done. We're gonna have a doctor.
Yeah, and I'm also here because I support Bookie very much, because I think it's really great what she does, and that she tries to bring us together and create a community where we support each other. And I think that's very nice. And that's my boyfriend.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you. Right. Thanks, Priscilla. Really appreciate you. And, like I said, it's all about collaboration and all of us working together. So super. Who else hasn't been? We've got another Victoria. Victoria?
Hello. Hi. I'm sorry, I'm not camera ready today, so I'm not sharing my video.
No problem.
I'm the founder of Crystal Roof. This is a location intelligence platform for house movers in London. So it provides area insights for based on postcode or address. My goal for May, our goal for May is to, I would say, start building our sales team, and also to release a feature which is, in addition to the stats that we already have, it's going to be a feature like a forum where local residents will be sharing insights about their local areas.
Oh.
This is what we have planned for May.
Brilliant. So is the app live right now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
You can all give it a try. Go to Crystal Roof, specify your postcode, see. So it's saying.
We'd like to try that out. I live outside London, but I'm sure it'd be interesting to see how that works. Well done.
We're focused on London at the moment, but we are going to scale nationwide in the next year.
Brilliant. So in terms of, because I'm currently building a logistics app for delivery, So I would like to have a catch up with yourself, just to have some conversation. In terms of next steps for your sales team, have you got that all set up and ready to go?
Not really, because in our situation, we are all coming from technical backgrounds and nobody did sales before. So this is also what brought me here, because it looked like a good place to search for a mentor or some kind of advice here. You have brilliant speakers, and yeah, this was my intention for today, to be honest.
Brilliant. And just to say, Nargis, who spoke about personal branding, they're into sales and marketing. So it'd be good for you, both of you, to have conversation as to how.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that would be really great. Okay, yeah. So we have, let's just be quick about this now. Rebecca, do you want to speak about introducing?
Sure, Becky, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Rebecca, and I've got two passions. One is in project and portfolio management, and the other is in sewing. The intention is to find a connection between, the other thing is tech as well. So hoping to develop an app at some point. It's more of a long-term goal, a longer-term goal for me, to be able to create something that's quite innovative within the sewing space. At the moment, I think one of the applications is that I use a projector when I sew, and I'm hoping to develop an app at some point. So the idea of being here is to network. I was at the launch event when female tech founders launched a couple of years ago, and I'm just willing, would I say, to be part of its journey and see what it has to offer in the future.
Thank you, Rebecca.
I'm in Buckinghamshire, so yeah.
I'm super excited to see you here. Honestly, like memories. But thank you so much. And once you're ready with the app idea, there's always opportunity to help you expand that and look into how that can be formalized.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah. Morag?
Hi, everyone. My name's Morag. I am based in London currently, but I'm from Scotland. I'm the founder of a startup called Kilted. I started Kilted a couple of years ago, and it aims to help startups and SMEs be more inclusive by helping them build effective D&I strategies. I recently have started trying to build a prototype for some tech, which will allow companies to collect and analyze their own data and effectively give them a D&I credit score, so they can start working on the areas within their business that need attention, rather than potentially spending time and resources looking at things that potentially don't need the support or the attention, or simply are fine and working okay. So my aim for being here is just to increase my network. I'm a lawyer by day. This is very much my side hustle. And so I'm very new to the world of tech. So I'm just really trying to build a community of like-minded people. So anyone who wants to reach out and continue conversations, I'm more than welcome, more than happy to do so. And my aim for May is to find funding for the prototype. I've kind of got it all set up. I just need money to build it. So that's the key focus, trying to make sure financially I can get up and running as soon as possible.
Super. Thank you so much, Morag. And I think Farouk is here, and so is Female Tech. For me, I like people to work with who they choose to work with. It's not mandated that it has to be through us, but we are here to support you. So let's have a talk about that fundraising scenario, and I can pull in the necessary people that can support that, if that's okay. So if you've got a pitch ready that needs to be reviewed, or we can do that.
That'd be amazing. Thank you so much.
Really happy to have you here. Thank you. Have I missed anyone? I think it's now time for us to go into breakout room.
Oh, I haven't spoken yet.
Sorry, Regina.
Okay, no problem. Hi, everyone. My name is Regina. I'm from London. I'm actually at idea stage in my, let's say, journey. My idea is to create it's kind of like a skin tech startup, whereby you'd come onto the platform, you'd be able to like analyze your skin. And then from that, we'd be able to create formalized products based off that. The idea came from a pain point whereby I have facial keratosis pilaris, and it's very difficult to see this on people of color in particular. So having a space where people of color in particular can go and find what their conditions look like on people who look like them was the basis of it. And then from that, creating personalized skincare, as skincare right now isn't a one size fits all for everyone. So moving towards a more personalized approach and using tech in particular, because I'm in the tech space already, to innovate the beauty space. So that is it in a nutshell. There's more complexities to it, but I saw this on Eventbrite and I thought it was a great idea. So yeah, my goal for May would be to start up my focus groups and get a user story running to see what the users actually want, what consumers want from this, and whether it's a viable idea. Well, I know it's a viable idea, but just want to get some like market and research behind it, especially. I spent when I came up with the idea last summer, I did apply for grants, and I wasn't successful only because they thought I needed a co-founder, but they thought the idea itself was great. So I'm kind of like now just going through the stages of like implementation basically. But yeah, that's me. I don't think I've missed anything in the little thing, but yeah, I think I'm from London if I haven't said that already, but yeah.
Wow, Regina, that is amazing. And if you need to speak to anyone, we can have a one-to-one, or anybody in this group at all that you feel connected to. It's a problem, and it's not one size fits all, as you said. So there is need to be able to do that matching, and then create bespoke products that people can order repeatedly, based on their need. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're onto something there. Of course, before you get investment, sometimes they want to see the first few customers.
Exactly.
See, yeah, the item, really, what have you put into it? So the research is good. And if you need any help getting that research out there, you can send a link by email to us, and we can send it to our contact as well.
Thank you so much.
The more response you get will help you
to
formulate the decision on next steps.
Yeah.
So if you need anything else, reach out. Thank you very, very much. I think everybody has spoken, and if I've missed you out, I do apologize. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, Baki, this is Mamta Ganuka. I am a Director, Strategic Partnerships at FeTech. I'm here to network and tell about FeTech. We help startup entrepreneurs with our ecosystem, which consists of investor, and mentor network, as well as tech marketing, crowdfunding, and financial services. I've joined from New Delhi, India. For me, I need to continue to learn more about IT, startup ecosystem, and help empower women in my limited capacity as of now. I was empowered by a few women, great women mentors in my life, and I just want to give back to the same to the society as well. So that's my aim. Thank you so much for organizing such events, and really proud of all of you, for doing what you're doing. All the best. Take care.
Thank you so much, Mamta. What's the time zone there now? Is afternoon, is it, or morning?
It's evening, early evening, 5:17. But usually I work till 2 a.m. My time. But nobody is putting a gun on my head. I love what I do. And yeah, love to speak with people. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. We're really happy to have you here, and hope we'll see more of you. If you haven't registered, I organize this thing, right? And I even forget to even share my own link. I'm so really, really willing to help everyone. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, and then we can have further conversations. I haven't got any link to share right now. In terms of next steps, so I'm going to create some breakout rooms, but if you found this session valuable, I want you to share it. I want you to tag Female Tech. I want you to invite people. Don't keep it to yourself, because the more we get, the better for everybody. So please do share and speak to others about this invaluable session that you've experienced. So I'm going to put us in the breakout room, and then you can get to know each other a bit more. So we're going to spend like 5 minutes there. and then I'll move people around before we actually round up. Okay. So I'm going to create how many rooms? Oh, about 12. So I'll do 3 rooms. And see you all soon.